Okay, so Sentinels, they gave me some more jerseys and they asked me what number I wanted on my jersey. I said 10 because it makes sense with my username, right? So this is what the jersey should look like. This is the first jersey that they gave me. What ended up happening, they printed my jersey with a Z.
Everyone thinks that aim is the most important thing in any FPS, but in reality, it's just a small percentage of what makes a great player. A great player thinks of Valorant like chess, and uses that knowledge to win games. I'm excited to announce that I've made my own Valorant course on ProGrads.com, where I share all my game knowledge with you on how to win every game. Winning is about using information, and in the course I go over all of the info you need to win. In ProGrads, you also get to play with the best pros in your game and get one-on-one coaching from Radiant players. Go check it out in the link down below.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Alright, I can do some Q&A tonight if anybody's wondering. How are the PCs in Iceland? I'm not gonna straight up just say they're but they could be better, and I think one of the reasons why it was hosted here in Iceland, I think Iceland might be one of the safer options in terms of like COVID and like the least amount of cases, and they have a lot of safety precautions for entering Iceland. But doing it at the same time as like League, they're able to kind of kill two birds with one stone, if you know what I mean, where you can host your League tournament, and then after MSI is over, you can kind of use the leftovers to host your Valorant tournament. And it just is a more simpler way of hosting a tournament, I would say. Well, because all the PCs are there, all the chairs are there, everything's all set up. You have the stage, you have the venue, you have the hotel. So it's all set up, and it would just be us taking over like the League stuff. That's why our PCs, all of the PCs have both Valorant and League installed. So like my PC could have been like some player from MSIs, I don't know. So yeah, the FPS, it could be better. So the main reason why I said the PCs were is because the current meta with Viper, and if you know, Viper already destroys people's FPS. Who do you think will win, Crew or Fnatic? Honestly, I have no fucking clue. I don't know anything about Crew, but I watched some Fnatic games and they look like good. And I don't know, that they look like one of the better teams that are here. So I don't want to just like say Fnatic will win straight up because I don't know what Crew has to offer. A lot of the teams are really good, or kind of, it's hard to say because you don't really know how different regions will play against each other and what styles will work out the best. This tournament's kind of like important, and it'll definitely define the overall like meta in terms of like international play and like what people will see as the best play. This tournament, whoever wins will get kind of like the title, or bring the kind of like dominating region title to, like, for instance, if NA wins, it'll be like, whoa, NA is the best Valorant region at the moment. Or if Brazil wins, then like I'm trying to say that it'll define like, or it'll set the narrative for what people see is like top tier Valorant. Who will you play in the match? So I'm pretty sure we play the winner of Crew versus Fnatic. So that game, we play on the 25th. The earliest matches will be like Crew versus Fnatic, version 1 versus another team, and then there will be another set of matches. And so Liquid and us won't be playing on the 24th. We'll be playing on the 25th, I believe. Have you seen the main stage yet? Yes, I have. It's actually pretty sick. I'll try to explain it as much as I can. So the venue is basically just like this big open warehouse, like really, really big. And in the middle of the stage, there's like a big Masters logo. And then on both sides, there's like two LED Master logos. There's LEDs everywhere. There's like fog machines and the light lasers and stuff. I don't know what to say. The desks are really, really big. So each person has like a full desk to themselves, and it's insane. How's the thumb? It is good now. So how it happened, here, let me try to explain it. So it wasn't this kettle, but it was something really similar to this, where it was kind of like if you mix a thermos and a kettle together. And so the hot water was in there. I don't know why, but my lid wasn't fully like secure or something like that, because it was kind of like a twist off, I noticed. And you're supposed to press a button to like pour the thing, so it would open up the latch and pour it. I actually didn't see the button. So what happened was I was making tea for myself, and let's say this Pringles can is the tea. So I was making tea for myself. I was holding the tea bag and I was going to pour it. I noticed it wasn't pouring. I was talking to Kaide on FaceTime too, so I was a little bit distracted. I poured it a little bit too much, to the point where all the hot water built up at the top and popped the lid off like this, and then all the hot water like went onto my hand, and it really hurt in the moment. I obviously my finger's good now. It was hurting a lot the first day. Second day it was a lot better, but taking a shower, I was really cautious with my finger because it would hurt, especially if you're taking a hot shower. I touched the water and it hurt. But now, like, my finger is basically brand new. It doesn't hurt, not really. Yeah, it doesn't really hurt anymore, so we're good. Don't distract yourself while pouring hot water. That's something I learned in life. How are the EU teams there? They're pretty good. We've scrimmed like most of the teams. I feel like we're pretty confident going into the tournament because like nothing was too extreme. When we first got here and we were scrimming, like none of the teams here, but like when we were scrimming with like the 60 ping and stuff to the other teams that aren't at this tournament, so we're playing on the live patch, it was a little bit rough at first. Like I feel like the style was really different. I feel like EU people, they definitely use their brain a lot more and they're a lot more patient for sure. So something that we had to get used to were people actually just like full on holding and like recommitting and stuff. So like if they do something and then they just want to wait, like they'll just hold for like 30 seconds. So that's something that's very common in EU that I noticed, especially like in ranked. But in ranked, it's kind of like a different case where people hold because they don't know what to do in a way. NA is very like Pepega, where people just rush, but at least they kind of do something together in a way where some games in EU, especially in ranked, can be quite rough, especially like you can get a Russian on your team and then they're not able to communicate at all. And that's just, I don't know why that exists. So I noticed people play a lot more selfishly in EU. Like I've noticed like a lot more handful people where like people in NA just kind of turn off their brain and try to play for highlight clips no matter what. So those are like the two differences for me. But for the most part, I've had a pretty good experience in EU. It's just like the few handful games that were like really bad were really bad when I played ranked. And that was just mostly because like, oh, you get a Russian that can't calm, or you get two Russians that can't calm. Or I noticed people are more toxic in EU than in NA, especially like at Immortal level, in my opinion. Who do you think is going to be the hardest competition at the event? Honestly, I have no clue. It's so weird how each and every single team from each region plays so differently. Like even like when we're playing against like New Turn, they have their own style. We play against like Liquid, they have their own style. Vikings were pretty good. And then we play against Sharks. We played against X10. I'd say we played like a few different teams and each of them have their own twist and like own style that they're running. Something I noticed though, when we were scrimming there was a team that didn't run Astra and I forget who it was, but I feel like that can kind of like hinder them in this tournament. I completely forgot who it was, but I think Astra is probably the most oppressive agent in the game right now and you kind of have to run Astra. How's the food in Iceland? So far, I've just been eating the hotel food, because we get like a budget that we can use for hotel food, so then we don't have to pay for food. So I've been using that a bit, but I went to some places nearby. I haven't eaten like any authentic like Iceland dishes or like Icelandic cuisine. I haven't really touched that and I don't know where to go to eat that, but I'll definitely try it once while I'm here. Dude, the hotel has like the most gamer friendly food. They have like a riot menu. It's really the most gamer thing you can think of. It's like pizza, there's like burgers. It's the most common stuff. So I've been eating that for a little bit. How did you guys do against Liquid and scrims? It was like mixed. Like we had some rough moments, but then also we had some good moments. How many mice will you bring tomorrow for the first day? Dude, I'm only allowed to bring one mouse. I can bring a backup mouse, but I'm not allowed to switch in between maps or switch in between games. So I have to use what I submit. And the only way I can swap my mouse is if my mouse like breaks or something like that. So I joked to my manager, I was like, if I want to swap from my XM1 to my G Pro mid-match, I have to break my XM1. And he's like, yep. I'm like, okay. So that's the only way I can switch mice is if I just decide to snap the mouse in half or something. Yeah, I'm really excited to play in this event. And I'm definitely excited to watch the matches in the event as well. I don't know what it is. Also, the oxygen here is like nice. Is that weird to say? I don't know if that's weird to say, but like breathing here feels like refreshing in a way. And then also drinking tap water. This is the best tap water I've ever tasted in the world. Like you run the tap water and it's just pure. I don't know how to explain it. Like I just imagine like I'm drinking from like a pure spring or pure river or something like that. The air feels fresh. Yes, it does. It feels really fresh. Top 5 agents in your opinion? Astra's number 1 right now. Oh no, Viper's number 1 actually. Viper, Astra, 1 and 2. Sova would be number 3 for me. Number 4 would be maybe like Jet for number 4. Obviously, number 4 and number 5 are going to be biased for me because I play these agents, but I think Jet and Reyna. How is it feeling back on LAN? It feels good. It feels really nice. It's crazy because the bullets actually shoot straight. I was using the Vandal in LAN DM. That gun is insane on LAN, like absolutely insane. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it just, imagine your bullets just instantly travel. I kind of feel like when I'm playing from home, the bullets take time to travel and then the person dies. Where on LAN, like as soon as you click, someone dies like instantly. I don't know how to explain it. The hit reg in this game is insane. So LAN will definitely be really, really nice. But tell me, this is one of the sickest things you've ever seen. This hoodie's pretty sick. I'll wear it first before Kaide can wear it. Ha ha ha. Yeah, pretty comfy. I like it. Can we see the champion jacket right here? This is the new Sentinels merch. I'll wear it real quick. Boom. It's actually really nice, and it's light. I enjoy light hoodies a lot. What will happen after Masters with you and Sentinels? Who knows? I have no clue. I'm just gonna live in the moment, you know? I'm on the team right now, and I'm happy about that. And I hope whatever happens behind the scenes. Who knows? I will say teams are way better in EU. EU teams way, way, way better. The way they practice, the way they play, the way that they actually commit to the roster, everything about the EU region in terms of team play is a lot better. NA is kind of lackluster when it comes to teams. So it's really nice to see EU. All the teams are constantly like trying to be the best, and they're all like keeping the same roster. They're all like being really competitive. So I appreciated that about EU, and especially when you're playing against EU teams in scrims, it feels like you just have productive practice, where sometimes you're playing NA teams and it doesn't feel like productive practice sometimes. How confident are you in this tournament on a scale of 1 to 10? 10? I don't know, confident. I would say like me and the team are really confident going into this tournament, and like I'd say rightfully so that we would be confident because of how well we were doing in NA. Obviously we're gonna be really confident, and especially if you're on paper, I think our team has the most amount of LAN experience, like Shaz, Hunter, Mike, all of them have a lot of LAN experience. I'm the one with the least amount of LAN experience on the team. And I went to I've been to over 10. Yeah, I think I've been to over 10 LANs. Okay, so Sentinels, they brought some merch, right? They gave me some more jerseys because we're doing like a prolonged thing and I don't want to be wearing the same jersey every day. So I brought my original jersey and they asked me what number I wanted on my jersey. I said 10 because it makes sense with my username, right? So let me show you guys what happened. I don't know like what happened here, but obviously there's some miscommunication with the jersey. So here, I will show you guys what the jersey should look like. Okay, ready? So this is what the jersey should look like. It should have my name on the back, 10 on the back, 10 on the side, and 10 on the side. So this is what the jersey should look like. This is the first jersey that they gave me. What ended up happening, they printed my jersey with a Z. With a Z. I don't know how this happened, and I don't know how 10 turns into Z, but I just ended up wearing it because I was like, I mean, obviously it's destiny calling. If I just get a Z jersey, like I have to wear it, you know? So each of my teammates, they have like numbers 1 to 4, and then I just have fucking Z. It's like the stupidest like, actually, it's not stupid anymore. Like, I kind of liked it. At first, I was like a little bit mad. Like, I was a little bit salty. But now I'm like, you know what? I kind of like it now. I got used to it. Z is a number now, I know.